What is going on, guys? It's your boy, Yo-Inator. Today for Yo-Inator tutorials, we're gonna go over 2 or 3 different different binds to kind of spice things up. You know, give it a little flair. So, without further ado, let's just get right into it. All right. So first things first, I'm not using my normal yo-yo. We are using the Recess International Yo-Inator limited edition 7075 Hypernova. I had 15 of these available at UYYC 2026. I only have a few left, so if you're interested, hit me up. The first bind I'm going to go over looks like this. Alright, and this one's pretty cool because a lot of the things I get compliments on are my regens. And so a regen, this really sets you up for a regen because you can just throw it over. So to do this, what I do is it goes from a trapeze or whatever, and you roll underneath like you're going to do a normal bind. Okay, you can also just go underneath, bind. But starting from the trapeze is a lot easier because it's all about a rolling it over. Okay, so when you go underneath, you're going to continue that motion of the yo-yo and swing it over your wrist, your throw hand wrist, and this loop that's on your non-throw hand. When you drop it, you'll notice that the yo-yo binds. So you can do a few different variations of this. Again, with the regen, where you just shoot it off to the side, and when you do that, you're just letting go of that loop as it shoots off to the side, which does create that bind. So that looks like this. Okay? And then the regen version, as it's coming around over your wrist, I'm flipping my wrist over, launching the yo-yo, and it goes into a sleeper. And a lot of the time you'll see me just give it a roll like that, and it looks pretty flashy. Oops, it does kink up from time to time. This is kind of an older string. And I'll bind it on the back, unwind, give it a spin, land it on the trapeze, give it a roll. Another thing you see me do a lot with the regen is I will regen it, come underneath, and just whip that string into the gap of the yo-yo as it's coming back, which is kind of cool. So you come under, unwind, give it a pinwheel, and on its way back around, I'm just sticking my index finger in this string and whipping it into the gap of the yo-yo. For that roll on the trapeze from a sleeper, it's all about the rolls, remember? So we're going to roll it inside like that, right? That's not really doing anything, right? That's not putting a twist on anything. I'm rolling it on the inside of my arm, my throw hand, and as it rolls, I'm just throwing the string down a little bit to create that bind. Speaking of binds, I binded that backwards. Okay, so I know that's a lot of information all at once. Wasn't my plan just to go into it like that. That's just kind of how it went. Just a bunch of different variations and techniques to just one simple bind. So another thing you can do with it is you can kind of stall it out, right? So remember, if we just put it over our wrist and drop, it binds. So if you stall it out a little bit and push that string over with your throw hand, it looks like this. You can do that different ways. I didn't do a very good job that time. It's okay. Oops. There, that was a better one. So I'm just kind of pushing that string over like that. You can hear it kind of kick. So I'm just over and I kind of toss up the yo-yo a little bit. And when I toss the yo-yo up, I'm pushing that loop of the string over that's coming around, almost kind of like a suicide, but I'm hitting that string with my hand, and you can hear it kind of snapping, and it'll bind. So that's kind of a cool thing to do too. One of my other favorite binds is, again, with that rolling motion, also kind of like a sky bind, which we can go over that too. We'll throw that in here. Why not? So from a trapeze, again, the same kind of where we're rolling it like that, right? Where we're rolling that yo-yo. The only difference here is instead of rolling it over our non-throw hand, or our throw hand, we're going to roll that on the inside of our arm, shoot it straight up in the air, like that, okay? But you're going to release that loop that's on your non-throw hand when it shoots up straight in the air to create a bind. Okay, you'll see me do that a lot. My buddy likes to make fun of me. You always have that pose at the end. But that's what that is. It's just a little rolling motion, right? And then I let go of that string, same kind of variation, just underneath, right? So if we just shoot it down. So there's a lot of different things you can do. We were talking about a sky bind, right? So the sky bind is just, it shoots up and it hits this string, and I'm letting go of the string with my non-throw hand, and that puts that yo-yo in a bind, creating the sky bind. So there's that rolling one again. We'll go over that one more time. I think I went over that one. But it lands on the trapeze, roll on that inside of that arm, and then as I'm doing that, I'm pinching that string. Pinching that string on the loop with my non-throw hand, and that creates the bind. So hopefully this will help you guys out. If you guys can do the hook, just the regular one hook, okay, you can just roll that up and shoot it up in the air. Just roll it, just unwind it, right? You're going to roll it towards your non-throw hand. You're in a bind already, so you could just bind it, right? Or you can shoot it up in the air, kind of pull down a little bit with your throw hand and create a bind. One more we'll go over. I know I always said 2 or 3, but I'm just trying to help you guys out. So from a breakaway, right, if the yo-yo comes from the side, right, from your throw hand side, if you pull back like this, if you pull it back into this string, you can do something similar to this. That creates a bind, and the yo-yo is going to come back up, and very similar to the regen here, okay, you're just flipping your wrist over. Now you're in a sleeper. Roll it and give it that rolling bind that we did from here, right, where you go on the inside of your wrist and you pinch. Okay, same thing here. Okay, oops, I missed. Twice, strike 2. Strike 3, I'm out. There we go. And then give it that flick and that roll. I'll go over just one more. Just one more. So from a breakaway, we talked about the one from a sleeper where if you just whip it into the gap of the yo-yo, right? So very similar from a breakaway. They use a lot of this in 3A, where if I just stick my finger here in the string for my throw hand and I whip the string around, right? Okay, but instead I whip it into the gap of the yo-yo, kind of like a plastic whip, right? And I throw it out to the side and give it a little pull with my throw hand. I create a bind. So by doing that, right, and then throw it out, you can do that. A lot of my videos, you will see me kind of take this, give it a roll, and then kind of shoot it out. And that's just here from the plastic whip, and I roll it and I curl my finger in. Excuse me. Okay, so we have a little bit of a twist. I didn't do what I wanted it to. Ha! Okay, so apparently I don't know enough. But it has that little twist, and you throw it out and you give it a little pull, and that also creates a bind. Alright guys, I know that was a lot. That was not at all what I had planned on doing. I just started thinking of a bunch of binds and threw them all into one video. Hopefully that will help you guys out. I know I had a request to do a video on some binds. I know I'm not wearing my microphone today. I'm in a new location. I moved. So we're just kind of trying to find the microphone at this point. I'm not exactly 100% sure where it's at. I may have to buy a new one. But thank you guys for hanging out with me. I know I like to ramble. So I'm just going to try to end this right here. Make sure you guys have a good rest of your day. Make sure you go out there and have fun. Make sure you be safe, because we do want to see you back here again, right? So other than that, I don't have much for you. You guys have a great day. See you later. Yo-Inator out.